Hello and welcome to the May edition of Inside Roraima. My name is Colwyn Abrams, keeping you company for the next half hour or so. Inside Roraima is where we tell you everything that's happening inside the Roraima group of companies. I want to say a happy independence to all my fellow Guyanese out there and a happy Carnival. If you're coming home for the Carnival celebrations, I want to say welcome back to Guyana and I hope you enjoy your stay. Remember to check out the Hour Point Nature Resort or visit Kaitro Falls. Give us a call on 225-9648. We'll go right into the show. Our Director of External Relations, Mr. Wesley Curtin, spoke with Captain Jerry Gavaya Jr. about his experience at the Offshore Technology Conference held in Houston, Texas. Here's a bit from that interview.
Captain Jerry Gavaya Jr. and Mr. Wesley Curtin, both of whom participated in the conference, spoke about the impact Guyanese made at this top global oil and gas conference.
Guyana was well represented at the Offshore Technology Conference held in Houston, Texas earlier this month. And among the companies participating in the conference was, of course, Roraima Airways, represented by Captain Jerry Gavaya Jr. Jerry, give us your impression of the conference.
Well, OTC was a fantastic experience, especially being a young professional in Guyana, being part of that delegation that was led by the private and public sector, working in collaboration to represent Guyana as the largest oil and gas conference in the world. So we were able to meet people, the CEO of Saipem, SBM, Schlumberger, Repsol, the list goes on and on and on. And the reception that we got from the people in Houston was nothing short of fantastic. What I would say is what I took away from it was a lot of exposure to the technology that's going to be happening, to the supply chain that's going to be developing in Guyana, and really it was a networking experience. We're rubbing shoulders with the top CEOs for the oil and gas industry. We're speaking to the country managers, and all I would say is, if you're a Guyanese company or a Guyanese professional looking to get into the oil and gas, you got to be able to see 2020.
Yeah, indeed, the interest in Guyana was very, very high. I attended a session on Guyana, a panel discussion, and then a collateral event outside of the conference which focused on Guyana. And indeed, the interest was very high. And I was personally impressed with the way Guyana presented ourselves as one. It was really, really impressive. But more specifically, tell us, who you met with and what might have come out of the conference for you in terms of possible leads for doing business in the future.
Absolutely. So it was a great showing, as you mentioned, by the Chamber of Commerce and Go Invest working hand in hand to create a world-class booth with world-class exhibitors. Some of the people that came was like, for example, Repsol, as I mentioned, Saipem, SBM. We got to meet people from Exxon, CNOC, Nexen, you name it, everybody was there. So in terms of work coming down the pipe, it's a lot to do with supply chain management, right? People are looking for accommodations, transportation, security, marine services, environmental services, even aviation services. The list goes on and on and on. And the idea behind it is, it's all about positioning. And we as Guyanese companies, we need to understand that the time from flash to bang, from 2015 to now, we are doing something unprecedented in the world, right? We are going from a country that did not have oil to a country that's producing oil in record time. So what we need to understand is it's all about international standards and partnerships, and that's what we were able to do. As a company in OTC and in Houston, we were able to find potential partners that we can start taking our services that already exist in accommodation, security, aviation, transportation, catering, and we can now do it at an international standard with international partners who have world recognition. And that was our takeaway from it.
Thank you. Is there anything I can ask you that you might want to?
All I would say is, OTC was a great experience. What it really did for me is that we were able to bring together Guyanese companies, right? Real Guyanese, 100% Guyanese companies, put them around the table, and we worked together, right? And it didn't matter what our political affiliations were, what our racial affiliations were, what our religious affiliations were. We were Guyanese as one, and we represented ourselves to the world market. I've never seen anything like that, and I'm very proud to say it. Proud Guyanese being part of the OTC delegation.
Thank you. We'll go to a commercial break. Stay tuned.
Arrow Point Nature Resort, nestled in the Santa Mission Amerindian Reservation, is an ideal getaway for nature and adventure enthusiasts. You can stay overnight or just for the day and participate in a range of fun-filled activities. In the day, you can go mountain biking, kayaking, pedal boating, and bird watching. At night, relax and enjoy a bonfire dinner or take an expedition into the rainforest. The resort is also perfect for events such as company retreats, fun days, and weddings. Arrow Point Nature Resort, the Back to Nature Resort.
International Travel Agency is an approved IATA agency that caters for every traveler, including the backpackers to the luxury travelers. We try to accommodate your budget for each package, and of course, we make our customers very comfortable. Rest assured you will receive the best customer service, commitment, honesty, and trust from us as we access the world for you. Call us at telephone number 225-9648 or visit us at R8 King Avenue, Bel Park, Georgetown.
Thank you, Captain Jerry. We'll now speak with a representative of Aruba Air about traveling to Guyana and their experiences so far.
Aruba Airlines, which currently flies daily between Guyana and Cuba, is looking to introduce flights between Guyana and Aruba by the end of this year. The introduction of this flight would certainly serve to boost Guyana's tourism sector and at the same time provide for Guyanese to enjoy an affordable visit to Aruba, whether for vacation or for business. Aruba Airlines representative in Guyana, Jose Angulo, spoke with Roraima's External Relations Director, Wesley Curtin, about the Aruba Airlines Guyana market.
Jose, it's about what, nearly 2 years now that Aruba has been servicing the Guyana route via Aruba, but basically Cuba. How is that going?
Well, we're doing so far so good, really well. Actually, we bring a lot of Cuban people actually here to the country. On behalf, the construction and development of the country too, and for the two countries being together working is been nice so far. Keep flying every day here, daily. So actually, it's kind of work, but we have the two countries together.
And you started out doing 3 flights initially, and now you're up to daily?
Yeah, actually we start 3 flights a week. Actually, we get everything together with the frequencies. We higher, the demand was really high, so we had to up the frequencies with the Cuban passengers, and now we fly daily, 7 days per week.
And any cities other than Havana or just Havana?
No, right now we got we increase. We plan 2 more. Is Havana now, the usual one. We can come away to in Santiago de Cuba.
Okay, you now fly directly from Guyana to Cuba.
Correct. Now, when the flights depart from Georgetown, we fly directly to other destinations. Come away to Santiago and Havana too.
Okay. Now, a lot of people have been asking, when are there going to be flights between Guyana and Aruba? People want to go to see a beautiful country.
Yeah.
Have some vacation in Aruba.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people asking me that a lot. Actually, we're working on it. We're planning to do it probably at the end of the year. But we're still working on it. We got to put the things together,
Okay, Jose, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Are you enjoying Guyana?
So far, so good, yeah, actually.
How long have you been living here now?
More like almost 2 years, 2.5 years.
2.5 years. And you're Guyanese now?
Yeah, Guyanese now.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
We'll go to a commercial break. Stay tuned.
International Travel Agency is an approved IATA agency that caters for every traveler, including the backpackers to the luxury travelers. We try to accommodate your budget for each package, and of course, we make our customers very comfortable. Rest assured you will receive the best customer service, commitment, honesty, and trust from us as we access the world for you. Call us at telephone number 225-9648 or visit us at R8 King Avenue, Bel Park, Georgetown.
Why we do what we do makes us different.
Mr. Curtin again spoke with Captain Gerald Gavayer Sr. about ground handling at the Tomeri operations and what this means for the Roraima group of companies.
With spanking new facilities at the Chedijagan International Airport and the growing interest by several international airlines in serving the Guyana market, Roraima Airways is planning ahead so as to take advantage of the opportunities which will open up for ground handling and related services at the airport. To this end, Roraima Airways is investing close to $1 million in the upgrade of its ground handling equipment and maintenance facilities. Much of the equipment has already been in use. Roraima's Chief Executive Officer, Captain Jerry Gavayer, has more details.
What is before us as a nation is gigantic economically, to use a word that I hope will describe and bring home in a real way what is before us as a nation. And what is before us is enormous economic opportunities that sits in the back of our oil and gas industry. What that means is that all of us, government, the private sector, need to be ramping up our operations or ramping up our minds and our behavior to meet what is before us. And when you look at the international airport, the CGIA, you've seen on behalf of the state a tremendous amount of improvement in the physical infrastructure at the airport. And on the back of that, of course, we'll see a huge increase in arrivals and air traffic at our international airport. And so Roraima, in its quest to meet and to anticipate the demand and standard that is required, that is before us, we have invested heavily in improving and upgrading our standards and our equipment at the international airport. Particularly our relationship now with American Airlines, which is something we're very honored and pleased to be part of, with working with American Airlines at the international airport. And American Airlines have moved their flights from 4 now to daily flights, 7 flights a week to Miami, and in December I think they're moving now to 7 flights a week to New York. Notwithstanding that our relationship with Aruba Airlines, Aruba will now move their flights from 7 a week to 10 or 11 a week, I believe. And Aruba is also going to be looking at the possibilities of now not only going to Cuba as a destination, but certainly to take people into the ABC countries in terms of Aruba and surrounding areas. And so we are ramping up to meet that. So in terms of staffing and training and the actual physical equipment, So we have just, the equipment is here. There are more equipment coming, but more particularly is the level of training and maintenance systems that we are preparing ourselves for. But all of it is to meet what is before us. So we are not waiting. We are certainly working to anticipate it and prepare ourselves for it. And I believe that my staff is really doing well. They're hardworking, they're professional, and I'm very pleased with every single one of them. And you go there and you watch them operate at the level that is required, and you have to be very proud of them as Guyanese to watch it happen.
Maintenance of the new equipment as well as training of Roraima staff are key elements of the company's preparations for the growing demand for ground handling services at CJIA.
A lot of this equipment need, just like our airplanes, we need to have scheduled maintenance, very detailed maintenance. And so we brought in an expat, a person from Miami, that came and spent a week with the staff. And he is now in constant contact with them, George, in terms of the maintenance programs. And a lot of times, sometimes things take a long time for us to figure out, but he's on the ball, and I think he's been a tremendous help to our staff. And so we've also just bought a massive prefab hangar building to put down to make sure that our maintenance is done in an approved maintenance facility. And so we are really, I believe, on the path to meet the challenges, to meet the current challenges and the future challenges, because as you know, there's many other airlines that are looking to come to Guyana as well. And while Roraima fully support investment, international investment into Guyana, I believe we as local companies got to prepare ourselves, because we can't only speak about local content and demand that government give us the right to work in Guyana, but we must certainly show the resilience, we must show the determination to up our standards and our ability to meet those requirements and standards. And so that is what Roraima is doing.
Now, this new equipment doesn't necessarily replace equipment. This is expanding the...
Oh yeah, absolutely. These are things like the FMC, the big cargo loaders. This is things like the air conditioning units. This is things like the air start units. These are things that we didn't have before, but with the advent of, like, American Airlines, for example, came and demanded a different level of standard.
Roraima Airways Chief Executive Officer Captain Jerry Gavayo hopes that the government of Guyana will soon revisit the application for a license by Eastern Airlines, since the use of 767 aircraft to service the Guyana-New York route would provide for the shipment of fresh fruits and vegetables on a daily basis into the lucrative New York market. Once Guyana can meet the necessary FITO standards, Eastern Airlines, with its 767 aircraft, could facilitate the timely and affordable export of produce.
We were a little taken back by the government's decision not to grant their license to Eastern Airlines, and I hope that at some point in time we're going to be able to speak to the government about it, because Eastern Airlines really have nothing to do with Dynamic Airways. Dynamic Airways has gone, and Eastern Airlines is a brand new airline with brand new licensing and certification. But a lot of what our equipment as well is to meet the demand of the 767s. And when you think about the cargo capacity of the 767s, and you think about our fresh fruits and vegetables, what we need to be able to do is to meet the phytosanitary systems of the U.S. Requirements, so that we could start in a massive way exporting fresh fruits and vegetables on a daily basis to New York. And we have to stop talking about things and start doing things. And so this is part of what we were ramping up to do. And so Eastern Airlines actually, because they operate the 767s, and the 767s have massive belly space. And now that the airport as well have installed their scanner systems to ensure now you could put cargo in the belly of a passenger plane, because you have to have the scanners to scan the cargo. We were very optimistic that we were on the right trajectory. Not only that was good for Guyana, but was also good for our farmers, and it creates an entire new opportunity for Guyanese farmers to meet the demand in the New York area. When you go to the marketplaces in New York, you see a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, but it come from the Dominican Republic. In the Guyanese communities, And so there's no reason that our farmers in Guyana cannot be trained and coached to up their phytosanitary systems and the pesticides, insecticides, packaging and so on. And we could have had, and this is what we are ramping up to do, so we could supply that New York area with fresh fruits and vegetables on a daily basis.
Roraima Airways has purchased a state-of-the-art aircraft maintenance hangar, which will be installed at the Chedijagan International Airport. Captain Jerry Gabay says the new hangar is already being shipped from the USA.
Well, if you went to our hangar at Ogle, these facilities need to meet some particular physical specifications and criteria. Especially when you're dealing with airplanes and when you're dealing with equipment that operates around airplanes. So the maintenance programs for these equipment need to be in a very technical and professional and specific way. And so to do that, the maintenance personnel need to be operating in an environment that is conducive to that. And so we were able to purchase a beautiful, massive building, prefab out of the US, and it's going to house all the ground handling equipment out of the weather. When we're not using it, it's going to be able to do the maintenance inside, but it will have all of the technical support systems, the air compressors, the water systems, the electrical systems, the vacuums, hydraulic systems, and so on, to support the maintenance personnel that got to maintain these equipment at a particular level. As we speak, the equipment is being shipped at the moment. But we're also going through this process with the international airport, where the international airport have now put out expressions of interest for all kinds of things, and so we are going through that process with them as well. But we are very, very excited about the future. It's amazing.
We'll go to a commercial break. Stay tuned.
International Travel Agency is an approved IATA agency that caters for every traveler, including the backpackers to the luxury travelers. We try to accommodate your budget for each package, and of course, we make our customers very comfortable. Rest assured you will receive the best customer service, commitment, honesty, and trust from us as we access the world for you. Call us at telephone number 225-9648 or visit us at R8 King Avenue, Bel Park, Georgetown.
Arrow Point Nature Resort, nestled in the Santa Mission Amerindian Reservation, is an ideal getaway for nature and adventure enthusiasts. You can stay overnight or just for the day and participate in a range of fun-filled activities. In the day, you can go mountain biking, kayaking, pedal boating, and bird watching. At night, relax and enjoy a bonfire dinner or take an expedition into the rainforest. The resort is also perfect for events such as company retreats, fun days, and weddings. Arrow Point Nature Resort, the Back to Nature Resort.
We've come a far way. Today, Roraima Airways employs a dynamic team of approximately 50 skilled and highly qualified individuals who work together as a team, providing maintenance for our planes, providing flight operations support, and flying our airplanes in the jungles of Guyana, in South America, in the Caribbean, and farther afield. Our choice of multi-engine Brit-Norman Islanders or Trilanders allows us to provide you a service that is safe, reliable, and dependable at all times, regardless of the role.
Plans have been finalized for this year's Caribbean Legislative Week activities commencing June 1st in Washington, D.C., which will feature events at the Inter-American Development Bank, both the House and Senate of the U.S. Congress, the OAS, and the White House. The Legislative Forum will take place on June 5th.
Legislative Forum is going to be on Wednesday, June 5th, and that will bring together a number of private sector and government officials from both the Caribbean and the United States.
Guyanese Kamal Samaru, chairman of Demerara Distillers Limited and president of the West Indies Rum and Spirits Association, will be the keynote speaker at a luncheon on June 5th.
Specifically from the Guyana point of view, we are happy to say that Guyana is going to be well represented. It has been in the last 4 or 5 years when I have co-chaired the Legislative Forum and the Legislative the Caribbean American Week in Washington. And again, we are happy to have coming back, I think for the third or fourth time, Captain Jerry Gavire of Roraima Airways, who is this time he's going to be speaking on some issues related to security. There are a number of issues of concern to both the United States and the Caribbean that we need to look at, and so Captain Gavire is going to be focusing on that. We are pleased to announce that the keynote speaker at the working lunch on June 5th will be Guyanese Kamal Samaru, who is not only chairman of the West Indies Rum and Spirits Association, but also the chairman of Demerara Distillers Limited.
CEO chair of the celebrations for the 7th consecutive years, Wesley Curtin, will be one of the lead speakers at the high-level breakfast roundtable on Capitol Hill.
Welcome back. You've been watching Inside Roraima here on NCN Channel 11, and if you're watching online, we want to say thank you. And that is all for Inside Roraima for this month. Be sure to join us in the month of June for the June editions of Inside Roraima. I want to say thank you very much for watching. My name is Colin Abrams. On behalf of my cameraman, Fabian Harding, thank you for watching. Goodbye.